Good evening, guys. Welcome to our 8th community call. Coming back from holiday, I hope you all had a kick-ass Labor Day holiday. I know I did. My city is under heavy lockdown right now due to COVID, but I am super excited because I have a big announcement to drop today. And I know a lot of you already know what it is. From now on, joining our community calls now will allow you to mint your own NFT badges on Project Galaxy. And now I know a lot of projects have been doing this with Project Galaxy for a while, and we're a little late to the game, but these badges may unlock some serious rewards in upcoming campaign we're rolling out soon. So now I can't tell you what we have exactly in store for you in this upcoming campaign. We're still wrapping up on a few things, but I can tell you that this will be nothing like you have seen our community since day one, and you're going to want to find out what it is. So definitely stay tuned. So to participate in this NFT event is very simple. Basically, all you have to do is drop in our call. And if you're listening to this right now, you're good there. If not, no sweat. You can hop in anytime, and make sure to check yourself in by posting your Binance Smart Chain address in the channel called Check-in under the category of Solv Events. I believe it's in the column on the left-hand side of the window. We've been doing this for quite a few times with in finance in the past few weeks. So I'm sure some of you already know by heart how this works. So remember to check in during the call. We've made the channel available for you all early birds, and we'll leave it open for a while after the call is done. So you have a chance to mint your own NFT badge to prove you've been with us today. But anyways, I'm really thrilled to have you guys here again. For those of you who are here for the first time, my name is Johnny Chak, community lead at Solv Protocol, and we're being joined today by some savvy people to give us some exciting updates on Solv, the emerging financial NFT ecosystem. And we're going to talk about some more things later with Serena Pai from marketing. And okay, without further ado, welcome Rick Feynman, CEO of Buffer Finance. We've invited Rick to join us today because Buffer Finance is using the semi-fungible token standard created by Solv Protocol to build a new primitive called option vouchers, which essentially are tokenized option contracts of decentralized finance. Great to have you here, Rick.
Hey, thanks, Rory. Thanks for inviting me. It's great to be here, and looking forward to talk about how the financial NFTs will gonna change the way options work. So really excited.
Definitely. Definitely, yeah. We look forward to hearing more about it. So why don't you introduce yourself to the group and just talk to us about your background and what got you into crypto in the first place, Rick?
Sure. So as I got into crypto in 2017. Majorly, I was trading crypto in the spot markets, and my co-founder basically is a Solidity developer. So we started with basically looking for how we can trade options in crypto. At that time, there was very less number of alternates available to basically trade in options. So that time we kept on working with different projects, like helping out different crypto founders in developing basic DeFi applications, because that's a very early stage of crypto. And once in 2020, when Uniswap launched and there was a DeFi server that started, we realized like a lot of innovation being happening, and we saw many protocols coming for options, but we still were not able to find out a protocol that basically fulfills the need of option trader, right? We used to look at it from the perspective of an option trader. So nothing like that existed. It was majorly built for people who wanted to hedge their positions, or recently we are seeing protocols coming up offering sustainable yields through structured products, but nothing available for options trader. So we decided, why not just build one by ourselves. We had a decent background in option trading and solidity development. So that's where we started with Buffer Finance. We launched the first version of it in September 2021 after our IDO, and since then, we have been innovating in terms of uh, upgrading the versions and making it more relevant for traders, and also gamifying it so that uh, normal retail investors and traders could take position on their opinion. So the unique thing about Buffer when we launched it was that it was gamified, so you can buy options by just selecting up or down, and it also supported assets like commodities and stocks as well. So that's where we started, right? And yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. I'm sorry to point out this, but I think your voice is breaking up really bad on my side. But I suspect it's my problem because I just checked with my team. It's I think they can hear you okay, but I think I missed some of your answers. But I do want to move on with my questions so people can learn more about Buffer Finance and what you guys do, despite what I can or cannot hear from you, Rick.
Right.
So I guess my next question to you is, what was the infrastructure like before adopting the semi-fungible token standard, and what are some benefits your community and protocols that are considering using your products can get from the option vouchers that you guys developed?
Right. So basically, before we were giving out positions as NFTs. Now the problem with NFT is, once someone creates a big option size position, it becomes a little illiquid because not everyone has the capacity to buy that option position in a secondary market, right? So the way Buffer works is it allows you to create any option position directly against your liquidity pool. Now you can hold the position till the expiry, or you can use the NFT that is minted to basically offload that position. You know, uh, basically a secondary NFT marketplace, right? Now, if someone comes and create a very big position, for example, for 100 ETH or so, it's very difficult to find another buyer for it. And the like we were ourselves thinking of fractionalizing that, but soon we discovered Solv, and it was a very great fit for our requirement, and we realized this can be a game changer for us, because now these big positions can be further divided into smaller NFTs and can be offloaded in a fractionalized way. So that creates a very healthy secondary market for options, which kind of right now is not available in the DeFi space.
Got you, got you. I think I feel like I missed a lot of things, but I did caught that one part where you talked about how illiquid NFTs used to be, and this this semi-fungible token standard helps create kind of products that are definitely more fungible. I guess more fungible than the original in a way that helps users use the NFTs to trade without making any impact on the underlying assets, right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah. So
exactly. So it creates a very healthy secondary market for options. That's the advantage.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's part of what Solv is doing too, is to create not only the infrastructure for this innovative products for a variety of financial instruments from traditional finance world, but also a infrastructure for a marketplace where these tokenized smart financial contracts can be traded, can be bought and sold, can be transferred. To anybody, and then basically anyone owning those financial NFTs can get to create their own financial market for others to participate in, right, Rick?
Right.
So okay, so are you guys? I'm just out of curiosity. Are you guys building any secondary market right now? You probably already answered this, but it's really bad signal here. Probably didn't catch it.
Yeah, so we are working on a secondary market that would be powered by the financial NFTs. So all the positions in the coming version will be minted as financial NFTs, so semi-fungible NFTs.
Got you. And do you guys have a timeline for that? Where are you? Where are things now in terms of development? Or you just
So we
like this
have
is a
already,
general?
we have already done the integration thanks to the Solv team, and we have also submitted it for auditing. Right now, it's in the midway. So hopefully, within 2 weeks, we should be able to mint all the position, at least on the BNB chain, as financial NFTs. And I'm not sure whether Solv will allow trading for these NFTs as well. I guess they will be doing that as well. So then, anyone who mints financial NFTs on the Buffer platform can go and trade them over the Solv website. So, they can go there and see their positions, and I guess also have someone to place buy and sell orders.
Got you. That's great. We definitely look forward to things going as planned in the near future for Buffer Finance. It's just when you talked about the secondary market and building option vouchers for community, I couldn't help but think Solv Protocol has this product called vesting voucher, right? So what it does is it locks up and vests the underlying tokens. Usually it's ERC20 tokens based over a period of time, and then the projects have been have been using vesting vouchers to do all sorts of things, including fundraising and community building. They will distribute those vouchers, and then people they usually have to wait till certain amount of time pass until before they can claim the tokens inside. So this whole mechanism, I think, is really great for building a long-term community. I was just wondering, with option vouchers that you guys have created, what are some use cases for protocols and communities? Do you guys have something like that? Because vesting vouchers, we have that for community building and fundraising. What are some real world, I guess, use cases for option vouchers?
Yeah.
Would you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So basically, option vouchers, as similar to vesting vouchers, can be used for fundraising. So it's a very good mechanism for projects to manage their treasuries. They can always go and sell call options over their treasuries, and in case there's a price action and the price moves upward, option voucher holders can basically exercise and take all the token, and in case it doesn't, the team basically raises funds by selling those calls. So it's a very good diversification process as well as fundraising process. and from the trader's perspective, it gives them a very good exposure at a very leveraged a leverage exposure to a particular token. So you do not have to basically swap it through a, a dex. You can buy an option which would be can be as low as just 5 or 10% of the current value of the tokens, right? So that creates a 10x to 8x leverage for a general investor. And going forward, so this frees up the capital for the trader to basically um, divide capital between multiple options for different tokens, and they can buy basically a basket of option vouchers for different tokens and taking exposure with a limited capital. So that's for low-tailed options, and uh, it can similar way can be used for blue chip to coins as well. So anyone can do that for PTC ETH. That will majorly be more focused on building a good secondary market for options, and for low tail tokens, it would be uh, more of a fundraising and diversification kind of use cases.
Awesome. That was really clear. Thank you, Rick, for the answer. Okay, so I think we've covered pretty decent ground for Buffer Finance's creation of option vouchers. I do want to ask the listeners, to see if there's anyone wanting to ask questions to Rick regarding the option the option voucher product. Or anything else, or anything that's related to Buffer Finance. I guess we can take some time to ask questions. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Rick, for joining us. It was a huge pleasure. We're gonna move on to the next part of the show. Sorry, the next part of the call. I don't know why I said show. So you're absolutely welcome to stay with us. If not, we do hope to see you around and follow up with you on option vouchers and all the cool things you are doing at Buffer Finance. Thank you again, Rick.
Sure. Thanks, Audie. Thanks for calling me. It was great talking to you and explaining the all use cases for option vouchers. Expecting to have a great traction there and a long-term partnership with Solv Protocol. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. Great. Bye.
Okay. All right. So now moving on, we have VS here from Solv Protocol. VS is our product manager who's overseeing the ongoing big changes that are being made to our platform and products. So VS, if I'm not mistaken, this is your first time joining our community call. Why don't you briefly introduce yourself to the group?
Yes, it's my first time. Hi, Johnny. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here.
Great to have you here.
Yeah. So I've been in the crypto world for about 4 years, working for about 2 years, and it's very interesting and rising very fast, rapidly changing. Changes are happening all the time, so it's very exciting. And currently working very hard with other team members to deliver pioneering products.
Awesome. Thank you. Wow, I actually didn't realize you've been in crypto for that long. That was like almost 4 times as long as I have. So I definitely have so much to learn from you, VS. All right. So talk to us about Solv 2.0, right? So this stage of product, so protocol is in right now, and what are you and your team working on to improve this version of our product, and maybe explain to us in a general way what our product philosophy is.
Yeah, we're currently working on a CDFI version of Solv Marketplace, which is our version 3. And then by doing that, we would like to improve our user experience so that people can trade smoothly on Solv's marketplace.
Oh, got you. So, okay, so you did mention CDFI. I'm sure some of the listeners have heard the term before. While some people probably are not extremely familiar with the term. Could you maybe touch a little bit on that and explain to us what's the distinction between CDFI and the decentralized finance that we're all familiar with?
Yes, absolutely. So basically, it is adding centralized systems functions into our current decentralized platform. As we all know, centralized platforms are known for their streamlined user experience. This is because they store all the data in their database, so their process are much smoother, and we would like to add that strength to our current decentralized platform, so that we can deliver better user experience, help users save on gas, and also have a better technical foundation for future product innovations.
Great. Could you maybe give us some, this is all very nice, but I feel a little general for people to understand what the Solv 3.0 is really about. Could you maybe give us like 1 or 2 examples for common users? Say like me, I walk into, I connect my wallet to this Solv 3.0. I've been a regular user. I follow all the events, all the offering events through Solv, and I know how it works. It's a permissionless platform, but after the launch, after this new platform, this new stage 3.0 launch, what are some of the specific changes will I expect walking into this new interface?
So you will still have to connect your wallet. And then it has more of a adding into more of a centralized feeling. So you have your own account. In your account, you have your own profile that you can manage, and then you can see your balance. Also, your vouchers, your orders. If you have made any issuance, you will be able to manage that as well, and also your own activities. The overall experience would be better than the current version. Like I mentioned, the users will be able to save on gas. That means certain orders in the market will be saved in our centralized system, so that users do not have to give permissions multiple times, so that they can save on gas that way. And also we'll be able to deliver much more powerful filtering function. It is currently a pain point, as we understand, which is limited by the current decentralized platform. So in order to provide a better experience, we have to add in the centralized functions, so that users can search based on like product categories, the underlying assets, the chain, and then the voucher status, such as those in the filter. Also, we are, based on the CDFI version, we'll be able to have more product functions in the future. To give some example, like make offer, or set price alert. Those things will come next stage after we have switch to the certified version. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, really. That's really clear. But forgive me for if your answer really piqued my interest. But I'm just really curious. Could you maybe elaborate on the sort of like account, like sort of user experience for 3.0, where you sort of go into the platform, right, and then you have this interface, more like a dashboard, but where you can access all kinds of information regarding your assets and your trade and the actions you can take on your assets.
Mhm.
That's not fundamentally different from what users are already able to do in our platform, right? That's just but it does sound like while users now have to can do all those things, but in different components of the platform. Say they have to tap on different pages to finish one action. But I guess the next stage of the product will be more centralized in a way that the users can will have a better control, will better experience managing their assets, not necessarily mean that their assets will be centralized in a way that it's under the custody of Solv Protocol, right?
That's right. In the new version 3, users will find that we have restructured a lot of things so that it is more intuitive to find what they look for, and it has more of a centralized platforms feeling, meaning they have like better ownership of their assets. And we also provide certain functions for them to better manage their assets, and probably in the future they will also be able to share with other people or check out other people's assets, so make it more interactive, more interesting.
Excellent. And when will the launch be? VS. I mean, will it be this year? When can the users expect to use to get a hands-on experience with 3.0?
We're looking to launch this in Q3, most likely at the same time with the new product line launch, the installments launch. So stay tuned, everyone.
Awesome. Great. Okay, so that was great. We have two listeners request to speak. Maybe they have some questions for VS about products and product updates and development side of things. I already give them the speaker role. I guess let's give them a few seconds to accept the role and then see what questions they have for VS. Okay, I think they have decided to skip the questions. All right. Well, thank you, VS. I think we've covered pretty decent ground in the area of Solv's product development. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing this updates with us. It's a huge pleasure. I can't wait to hear more from you in our. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you for being here. Okay. Well, we have a listener. Do you have a question for what we just discussed? Hello. Okay. I guess moving on to the next section, we have Serena Pai joining us. Serena is from Solv's research and marketing team. She's been working very hard with the team from Spain called Mucho on on rebranding, our rebranding effort with Solv. So welcome, Serena. It's good to have you here.
Johnny.
Yeah, Serena. Yeah, definitely. Serena is the co-host. Co-host with me. We both take turns. We take turns to moderate the Solv weekly community call. And Serena, I have to admit, is doing a much better job than I do. So I'm here to really learn from you, Serena.
Oh, Johnny, I think you are totally being humble here. But I'm very happy to be here today because it's actually or co-host to be like together and host a community call together. And hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm Serena. And today, thanks for mentioning about the rebranding rebranding project we are working on as well. To update on that part, the rebranding project is going well. We've been talking with the agency multiple times, finalizing our brand strategies, and we are going to talk about our mood boards on the next step, which will be tomorrow. And I'm kind of looking forward to it because I think it will be fun. So return back to what I plan to talk about today is actually it's just a piece of very interesting announcement by the traditional investment bank Goldman Sachs, who in April 28th announced it is examining non-fungible tokens, particularly the tokenization of real assets, as the investment bank dives deeper into the crypto space. Obviously, this piece of announcement is very relevant to what we here at Solv is doing. So, our vision is to bring financial rights to everyone. So, any regular investor can have better access to create their own portfolio and buy the financial products that normally would not be allowed to purchase in a traditional finance market. So that's very interesting to see. And so, but it's actually not a very brand new thing for Goldman Sachs to explore digital assets. Its head of digital assets for this company, Global Markets Division, Matthew McDermott, actually was hired in 2020. And even before that, GS has already been exploring this new realm where it could open up a whole new universe for the finance industry with the new technology. So as for me, as someone who fully believes in the power of blockchain crypto, I'm actually very happy to see more big and traditional Wall Street institutions embracing in our crypto world. And so speaking of NFT and finance, there's actually so many different dimensions we can talk about, especially since last year where NFT started its epic show right after the DeFi blooming. So it's quite intuitive for those two things to intersect. But it's not just something to pop and leave. I think as more and more products being tested in the real market, it's definitely a very promising whole universe to be explored. And also, what's interesting about Goldman Sachs' announcement is that it seems to indicate their vision and belief in bringing more efficiency to the long-tail capital markets through blockchain technology, because it really allows you to scale and actually service a much broader universe of companies. As we are familiar with traditional investment banking, it works like helping companies to raise capital and find buyers and help scale their portfolio businesses. And historically, the business have to be big enough so that the investor could find a meaningful market, aka a profit market, so they can decide to invest in. And you can, for example, in back in 90s, a company could go public with around like 20 million revenue as a software company. Well, with the time passing, like in current times, you kind of need to become a more than 100 million revenue company. One can obviously tell the massive scaling of the business. So it actually, with the time passing, you need to earn more and more revenue to be able to find the interested investors to go public. So how to serve more companies to gain access to capitals more efficiently? Well, on the other hand, provide possibilities for regular retail investors to invest in certain assets because of having access of it. And they can determine what their portfolio should look like, becomes more and more important. And that's actually why blockchain technology and financial NFTs plays a very important role in this part, because it is a very promising solution, actually, with a lot of market tested cases, for example, or bond vouchers. Since launched back in February this year, we've had already several successful cases with the Unslashed Finance, Stripes Finance, Perpetual, and the upcoming case for Izumi Finance. We already have tested these bonds offerings for crypto projects in a very efficient way to bring capitals to them and help them to better grow their business without worrying about tokens being sold on the second market and being dumped. That's a very very healthy way to serve those crypto companies. And also, on the other hand, for more investors, retail investors, regular investors can have better access to these kind of stable and lower risk investment targets, but also have a very attractive yield. Okay, so I think that's all from me today. I hope these kind of information we try to add as a new regular part of our community call is interesting for you. And I hope you guys a good day. Back to you, Johnny.
Yeah. Thank you, Serena, for sharing this wonderful news. I think I saw that on my Twitter feed. It was 3 days ago. When I read the article, the whole time I was thinking about Mike. Mike Meng. He would love. I was picturing him just drooling over this news.
Yeah.
It's he loves talking about how financial NFT is the future, and which I believe him really. And some people in DeFi space, or even in the entire crypto space, are having this are skeptic about institutions adopting NFTs. Of course, it means more regulations, more compliance issues, and what it means to existing platforms in DeFi. Is it going to create some kind of competition or some kind of collaboration? And if a collaboration, to what extent the traditional finance institutions and the DeFi protocols can really organically collaborate? I think that's a question worth exploring in the future, as we go along. But what I want to point out is that this is definitely a massive trend that we're seeing right now. Is that more and more major institutions are realizing the power of financial NFTs, and really what financial NFT is. And for those of you who are here for the first time, this is what Solv Protocol is doing, right? So it's creating a variety of financial instruments that exist in the traditional world. We're doing this on chain so people can have better access to those financial instruments with better freedom over their assets. And you'll see a few weeks back we've rolled out this bond voucher product. This is exactly the I guess, the replica, the DeFi replica of the bond in traditional world. And then let it be known that bond market in traditional world is the largest financial, the largest capital market with $120 trillion market size. That is larger than stock market, and also larger than stock market is option voucher. I don't know. I don't have the exact number with me right now, but I've read the statistics. It is larger than the stock market. So this is going to be huge, and Solv Protocol has created this infrastructure that a lot of protocols are using to migrate those traditional financial instruments to the crypto world. So everyone, you and me, and basically everyone who has access to the internet can use those instruments to make their economic life better and easier. I think this brings not just like tremendous financial value to the users, to either institutions or retail investors, but I think it is really going to change the world. I think it's going to fundamentally change the way we approach financial instruments. Those things that our dad used to talk about when we were little, those bonds, those stocks, those options and contracts, these will be the household financial instruments that we use. We can just use at with one click. So that's definitely huge. So definitely look into it. Not just Solv Protocol, but look into Buffer Finance, look into BOMA, look into all those kinds of projects that are using this infrastructure to make our lives easier. I think this is really noble and humbling. So okay. Oh wow. I actually didn't realize Serena has already popped off, but it's just me here. But anyway.
My internet just suddenly broken down, so I
no
just
worries.
I thought what you just said was absolutely correct. And especially when you mentioned about the regulations, I think it's definitely like regulations and the development of blockchain technologies and all the projects should go hand in hand. It's definitely not going to be a very smooth road, but I think the regulators should have like open mind to embrace our new world, which is quite exciting.
Well, yeah, I'm sure we can't change what they think, but I guess at least all those amazing protocols are making products that make people, view crypto and blockchain technology in a positive light. So hopefully those people can, affect change locally where they live, through their representatives, and then maybe going upward and to affect a larger change politically. So
right, the Rome doesn't in a day, right? Right,
exactly. So awesome. Okay, so thank you Serena for sharing your findings. Any questions so far about but what we've covered? Okay, great. So before we go, just a reminder that listeners who are participating in the community call NFT badge event today, don't forget to post your Binance Smart Chain address into the check-in channel of our server. If you haven't already done so, you still have some time. The channel will remain open until 2:15 p.m. UTC today, and our team will bring your data to Project Galaxy platform in the next 24 to 72 hours. That's 1 to 3 business days. So if you can't mint your badge right away after the call, don't panic. And another reminder that Izumi bond voucher offering will take place on the 7th. That is this Saturday at 1 p.m. UTC. The value, I believe, is a little over $5 million in 2 separate batches, purchasable either in a BUSD stablecoin or in BNB, Binance's native token. We have announced this earlier, but the part of offering that is purchasable with BUSD stablecoin that was supposed to go live today is now postponed to the 7th. And we really apologize for the change and such a late notice. So if you're buying, this should give you at least extra time to get ready. Okay, I just wanted to say thank you to all the guests that came on to our call today and to everyone that showed up. You guys rock. Please enjoy the rest of the day or evening, and we will see you next week.
See you next week, guys.
Thank you.